Hello, and welcome to Corks and Gold. We're two friends uncork a bottle, cast a few spells, and dive deep into fantasy books and theories. I'm Gabby.
And I'm Jen. Quick disclaimer, this is an adult podcast about adult books. So expect some spicy language, spicy content not in this book,
Not in this.
and spicy spoilers.
There's spicy chapters in this book, isn't there? Is not in the set of chapters, but in the book there. I have to remember. There's not, is there?
I don't think there is.
I don't think there is either.
Guys, don't stop listening to us just because of this, though.
No.
We promise it's going to come back. Trust me, I've listened to Goldfinch. Ha.
Oh boy, does it come back.
Right.
All right, so let's pour a drink, grab a snack, and get started. Today, we're covering chapters 1 through 9 of Gold from the Plated Prisoner series. And Jen, what are we snacking on today?
All right, so we found this recipe for puff cakes because in chapter 8 or 9 in this book, they actually talk about puff cakes. These are kind of inspired by them. Really, it's just a cream puff, guys. So you're going to make a choux pastry.
I'm sorry, you're going to make a what pastry?
A choux pastry.
Like
Uh,
a
that is what
tennis
it's called.
shoe?
CHOUX, choux. It takes a stick of butter, a cup of water, a little bit of salt, flour, and four large eggs. So you must be rich to make
Yeah,
this.
like in this economy?
Um, It's kind of an odd pastry to make because it's not like you just stick it in your bowl and just use your hand
Mix
mixer
her up.
or get your KitchenAid out and put it in there. No, no. The butter, water, and salt go into a saucepan
Interesting.
and you get the water to boiling like a rolling boil,
Mhm.
which is what you do for pasta too. So it should look really bubbly. Once it's at that point, you dump in the all purpose flour and you stir, 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 stir with a spatula until it's a soft dough that separates from the sides of the pot. So it's going to look like a little Play-Doh ball in the middle. And then you remove it from heat and let it cool. And then you take the eggs one at a time and beat them into this. You have to let it cool.
Yeah, otherwise you're going to
If
cook
you do
the
not, you're
eggs.
going to have scrambled eggs inside of flour. And let me tell you that that is not good. It's not what you're looking for with this recipe. So you put the eggs in one at a time and you beat them in there with a whisk or that spatula that you were already using so you don't have to get another utensil dirty. And you just stir it until it's smooth and glossy. I do mean glossy. It's going to be shiny, guys.
Okay. Well, you got
So
4 eggs in there, so
one egg at a time until all 4 eggs are in there. Once they're all in there, you can either on a prepared baking sheet, drop the choux pastry by the tablespoon about 2-3 inches apart. Or if you're really fancy, like they're on the baking shows, you can get out like your pastry thing and you can do fancy designs. I am not fancy. I will use a cookie scoop for this, and I am not ashamed to say that. Cookie scoop, set them out, put them in the oven for about 20 to 25 minutes. They'll turn golden. If you've seen a cream puff in a grocery store or in a bakery, you know what it looks like. It's that nice golden brown color,
Mhm.
and then it's filled with something yummy and
Creamy.
delicious.
Yep.
And this will be filled with a kind of whipped cream filling. And then if you want to make it fancy but decorate it, you can cover it with powdered sugar or a honey drizzle
Oh,
or some edible gold shimmery stuff.
stuff.
Gabby is not big on doing those little add-ons, but I would probably do the honey drizzle and the powdered sugar, not in that order, powdered sugar, then honey drizzle. But that's just me. Then you eat it.
Yeah, embellishments just get in the way.
Yeah. So you take the pastries out and then you let them cool. You cut them in half like you would a hamburger bun or a bagel. Take the top off, fill it with the whipped topping, put the top back on, and then that's where the powdered sugar and drizzle go.
How do they reattach after you've done a
It sticks to the
craniotomy
whipped
on
cream.
it? So that, like, is the glue that holds it back together?
Yeah,
Huh, I'm
it is really
suspicious.
pretty.
I'm suspicious.
Anyway, so that is a cream puff, AKA puff cake, which is what I'm gonna call them, is a puff cake. What are we drinking?
I'm
I mean, I know what I'm drinking, but
I am so proud of this wine pairing because it is so on the nose with how this book starts. We are drinking Where the Land Ends, and if you have read this book, you know that we are literally exploring where the world ended.
we pick up where Shel Silverstein stopped.
Exactly. Yes. Yep. It's the whole plot of this book is where the land ended, and so Yeah, we're drinking that. It's a red wine. Flavor-wise, it has depth and a bit of drama. Smooth enough to keep you drinking, but bold enough to remind you that nothing about the world is safe. So, yeah. Let me pop her open, see if I can do this without hurting myself. All right, it's a red blend of red grapes. It's a really, like, rich, dark red.
It's really pretty.
Yeah, smells good. All right, are we ready to jump in?
Let's do it.
Chapter 1. Orin's falling. That's it. That's the chapter.
That's the entire chapter, guys.
Orin is
She is
falling.
Yeah, I think it's her watching the seam, hoping that Slade
Slade.
will
Yeah,
suddenly pop through it. He does not.
that is really good
Spoiler alert,
wine.
guys.
Yeah, he does not.
Not at all.
There's a lot of, like, really good and descriptive phrases that,
Yes.
Raven Kennedy uses throughout this chapter, but there's not a lot to really, like, analyze or dissect in this chapter because it's Orin is just falling. That's
Yeah,
it.
it's just her, and she's falling, and she's starting to get her senses back
Mhm.
because she lost them at first. Because she's just basically falling through the void, guys.
Yep. Yep. Okay.
You
Chapter
ready for
2.
chapter 2?
Chapter 2 is kind of a flashback. Well, it is a flashback.
It is a flashback.
There's no kind of about it. It is a flashback to
Sarah,
Sierra. What?
Sarah,
But there's an I in there.
Sarah.
Sierra, Saara, the original Turley, her point of view.
Yes.
And we start this chapter with her trudging across the bridge to nowhere, which is like the worst treadmill in existence. So
It's got to be.
it's like every time I complain about a treadmill now, I'm just gonna remember her experience and be like, oh, actually, it's not so bad.
It makes me sad because she's 13 years old
She's just a
when she's
baby.
walking this. Her mother is dead.
Mhm.
Her mother had just died. Her father took this bridge, which makes me wonder, was he a prisoner or a felon of some kind,
Right.
or was he a soldier?
Because
Because it could
remember,
be either one.
those were the only people who went across that bridge, especially in the later years when
Yeah,
yeah. Didn't we know that he was a soldier?
we probably do, but
Yeah.
it's been a little
Well,
while since we heard that story, though. It was in
guild,
Guild, potentially,
maybe? Trust us, guys. You have a
but
book podcast. We know our
don't
stuff.
don't don't trust us, but we'll find out for you guys. So all she did is she just decided that she can't, if she doesn't have her mom, she needs her father. And so she starts walking
And just keeps walking. And
and
it's
just
one
keeps.
one foot in front of the other. She describes the journey over the bridge, and it is bleak. And, like, I can
It
totally
is.
see after her descriptors, I can totally see, like, why prisoners were sentenced down that bridge, right? Like, why it was a punishment.
I could see why people were scared to cross the parapet.
Mhm. Yeah. I'm terrified
And
of heights.
yeah,
So, yeah.
so part of the reason she kept going was because the only thing on the sides of her were fog and empty space.
Yeah. So what else are you gonna do?
So it's either keep going, stop,
Or jump off the
or jump,
edge? Yeah.
because I don't even know if you can turn around.
I don't know. I'm sure you could,
But
maybe.
then you'd still
But
get lost in the fog.
yeah.
So she was so scared of tipping off the edge, and then she ran out of bridge and fell.
Yep. And that is a story of the broken wing.
The
Is that
broken
what
wing girl, yeah.
yeah, something like
Which
that.
it turned out it wasn't even like ribbons coming off of her, it was her dress
Mhm.
that tore
Yep.
into ribbons.
She falls through. So she
Mhm.
falls through into Anwin,
Yes.
crashing through dirt walk and amethyst skies until she lands. And as she lands, glowing blue flowers erupt, which will come back later.
Yes.
Literally in the next chapter, we'll talk about that.
Yep.
But yeah, now she's in the Feywild, and the locals crown her, quote, the broken winged bird. And that's also going to be a huge plot device, I'm going to say,
Yeah.
throughout this book. Yeah. So that's that chapter.
Well, that
Do you
was
have,
fun.
do you have anything you want to talk about with that chapter?
I don't know, I like the parallel that it has with Oren's story. So, Sarah's story to Oren's return to Anwen is kind of interesting.
Can you expand on that?
No, I don't want to.
Okay.
Yeah, I can. Even though Oren is not doing the walk of shame on the bridge, she's falling through a rib in the
Mhm.
worlds. She's still gonna end up going through the void, which is what Sarah went through. And they're both going to be falling from the sky down into this field. Because in the next chapter, we're gonna find out that Oren falls into this same field.
Same spot even, it sounds like.
Just about, yeah.
Yeah.
So chapter 3 is Oren's point of view.
Yes. And she's crashed at this point.
She is crashing.
She's in the middle of crashing.
She's falling.
She's flying.
Well, she's already yeah, she's flying-ish.
She's falling with style.
Yeah. Did you catch that the thump is her heartbeat?
Of course, I didn't catch that the
I knew
thump
you
was our
did.
heartbeat.
I was just checking to make sure you did.
I don't know how I passed anything in school.
Okay.
Yeah, whatever.
Unless there's 24 of them and then it's something else. But I didn't
Ribbons?
actually count them,
I
the
didn't
thumps.
either. I suppose we could
I'm
really
pretty sure it
quick.
was her heartbeat.
I did, and so in my reread, I caught there was a little boy. She heard a little boy's voice calling her name, and,
Yeah.
so when you're reading this the first time, you read that and you're like, "Oh, that's weird," and then, you kinda moved
Oh,
on,
weird.
or at least I did, and then I immediately forgot about it until much later in this book, which is another time I wanted to throw a frickin' book.
I thought it was her brother. It turns out that she does not actually have a brother, guys. Not at all.
What are you talking about?
100% does not have a brother. She has a cousin.
Was it his okay, I clearly need to
Are you
reread
checking my
this.
math? Go ahead.
Well, it's not that
It's
I
okay.
don't believe you.
You can check my math. It's fine.
I coulda swore maybe it was just relative. I mean, what I don't even remember his name. Does her brother end up dying then? Does she have a brother?
She does not have a brother.
So it must have been the cousin's voice then. Okay, his name is Wick. I don't
Wick,
know why I
yes.
couldn't remember that.
I don't know why I went to the end when he's in chapter fucking 11.
Yeah, that's the first time we meet him. But I think we learn about the family relation much later.
Much later.
Yeah. I have got to stop reading other books while I'm trying to do this podcast because I get them all mixed up. Because he bleeds gold, right? That's
He
his thing.
does. He bleeds gold. He's been hiding it, though, for years.
Well, it's much easier to
Ever
hide your
since 15 years?
It's
However long
much
Oren's been
easier to
gone.
hide your blood being
Bleeding.
gold, yeah.
Especially if you can get somebody to do a glamour for you.
Mhm, that's true.
But anyway, I'm so sorry. Back to chapter 3, which is where we are.
Yes, okay, focused. Okay,
Oren
so
is falling.
yes, and we're basically, her sensory rebirth is happening, we
Yes.
get her sense of taste, smell, touch, hearing, and sight.
Mhm.
The taste that we get is sugarcane. She gets, a sugary, sweet kinda taste in her mouth.
It's a candy that she used to have when she was little in Anwen,
Mm, yeah. She smells her mom's perfume.
which is the flower that she's gonna fall into.
Mhm. She feels her dad's touch, safety and love.
Mhm.
We talked about this. She hears a little boy's voice calling her name, full of laughter, innocence, joy. It's a fleeting memory. She can't
Mhm.
really grasp onto that one, but she knows it's important kind of thing. And then the sight, she's staring at the rip in the sky, hope and terror all at once,
And then it starts to shut.
which means that Slade can't follow. And she feels utterly alone, just and terrified.
Mhm. And she's afraid because she's falling, and then she hears Slade telling her not to fall, to fly.
And then the promise that he'll always find her
Mhm.
because they're fated mates.
Which we actually confirm at the end of this book.
That's right, we do. Vindicated. But yeah, so she stops resisting her fear and she embraces
Yes.
it and just
Sticks her arms out and starts to
not flap her arms, but glide.
no, she just glides.
Yeah,
But she's still falling, guys. It's less scary now for her.
she's accepted her fate kind of thing.
And also something is, flapping around her.
Mhm. It's not her dress.
It's not her dress, guys. It's
Feels
not.
like ribbons.
It feels right, and it is. It's her ribbons.
Her ribbons come back, kind of. I think we'll talk about that in the next chapter.
Well, it kind of right at the end of this chapter, but she cradles into the ground, which she doesn't fall. Apparently, gravity doesn't work the same in Anwen,
Because I'm
thankfully for
picturing,
Oren.
a comet, right? And, how she would
Yes,
end up, skipping across the earth,
except it's not doing any real damage,
yeah.
and she just kind of lands
Well, she
like
is
she's
Fae,
bouncing on a trampoline,
so maybe that has something to do with it.
and all around her are her ribbons.
Her ribbons are back, but they're not sentient. They
Not
don't
yet.
move on their own. They are at this point, they are strictly ribbons. So she has a lot of mixed feelings about that, right? Like, "Oh my god, my ribbons are back. Oh my god, they're not what they were."
Which she kinda covers in chapter 4,
Yeah.
which
But
also is Oren's point of view, guys. We're gonna get a lot of Oren this time,
this whole book, we're getting a lot of Oren.
mostly because it's a lot of Oren backstory and a lot of what's happening to her, We are gonna get Slade and Osric and Melina. I think that's it. Maybe a Kyla chapter, I'm not real sure.
I don't think
If
so,
we
but
have one,
maybe.
it's all the way at the end.
Yeah.
But, this first 9 chapters is mostly Orin, but I think we have a Slade and a Melina in here too.
Yeah. Yep. They're like it's 7 ninths foreign, and
Yeah.
then
But these were all very small chapters,
they
guys.
were. Yep,
Well,
they went by
and
quick.
we had the Sarah Turley chapter.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
they were all very small chapters, so this first 9 chapters is only 50, maybe 60 pages
Yeah.
out of 646.
Yeah. These are quick.
So a tenth.
Yep.
Anyway, sorry, I got distracted. Chapter 4 is Orin's point of view.
Well, are we done with chapter 3? Was there anything else that you wanna talk about with the ribbons or anything?
We kind of rolled into chapter 4
Okay.
talking about the ribbons and her skipping rocks as she lands,
Yeah.
because that's all at the beginning of chapter 4.
Her gold touch, so when she lands, she does end up gilding a bunch of flowers in a perfect circle around where she lands.
Just a little circle is
Just a
fine.
casual fairy circle.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Jen, the next time I find a fairy circle, I'm getting in the middle and they're taking me. Like, I'm fucking done with this world.
Save that for Goldfinch, please. When remember that you've said that. Just,
Just hold on to that feeling.
"Hey, guys, by the way, I got Goldfinch done."
I'm jealous of you.
I'm not gonna say a whole lot about it other than I finished it,
Hmm.
'cause I don't wanna ruin it for you. She was very excited that the ribbons are back
Yes.
because she feels like herself again, like fully herself.
Despite not having Slade with her, despite being in a whole new world, despite crashing through the space and time continuum and landing somewhere where it was her home, but she hasn't been there in 20 years, she feels like herself, kind of.
Until she realizes that the ribbons are not working the way they used to.
But Oren's not the same girl that she was either.
No, she is not.
So that kind of goes back to the conversation we had in the last book of like, are her ribbons a defense thing? Do they go off of her emotions? Is she more grounded? And so that's why they're not responding. As the person who finished Goldfinch, you're making faces. Am I on the right track at least?
I didn't freeze.
I parallel to the right track? in
Parallelogram?
am I in the right book?
You are in the right world.
Mhm.
Does that help at all?
Mm-mm.
Okay. She's just really happy that she has the ribbons again.
Yes, and she goes through this process of like, "Okay, so they're not what they were. I'm not who I was. It will be okay." Whereas if this had happened to Oren 2 books ago, she would have had a full-on meltdown.
Oh, yeah, she would have.
Like, and that's just another growth moment for her.
I love that she talks about how bright they are, which makes me wonder, God, how dirty were they before, dear? How dirty were they?
Yeah.
I will say Slade's gonna be over the moon excited when he realizes she has her ribbons back.
Well, that makes sense. He loved her ribbon. He loved
He
her
did.
and her ribbons.
Yes.
So now, okay, so she's going through this whole rush of emotions, right? Like I just flew through the earth. I landed. My ribbons are back. They're not back, but they are back. Oh my god, everything hurts and I'm dying.
Yeah. Let me just stand up and start walking. No, this is not a good idea. So, turns out I didn't imagine all of the pain that I went through
Right?
in the 3rd kingdom.
Yeah, because she had been on the verge of being stabbed like 7
Yes,
times or whatever and
and her
walking
feet
on
were
the hot
rubbed
concrete. Yep. And she was scrubbed raw
and
and
her magic is completely depleted thanks to
mhm.
the jail
Yeah.
cave she was in, because of the runes that were on the ground were just pulling out her magic and pulling it out and pulling it out,
Mhm. Yeah, so she has not had a chance despite falling for what felt like 4 years, she has
yeah,
not had a chance to replenish her magic.
or heal.
Yeah. So
But then
she's feeling the pain, and then she looks around, I guess,
and there are people
just
all
staring
over,
at her.
and they're like, "Oh my god, she's gold. Did you see the sky?
It's like the broken winged bird, so
Look
remember
at
that
her.
phrase. Yes.
She's gold. She can't be gold unless"
Unless she is Princess of Genovia.
or Liari Ulver.
Yeah, sure. I'm glad you could pronounce that because there's
You're
no
welcome.
fucking way.
A sassy little old woman comes up to her and says, "Liari Ulver." And she's like, "What?"
The fuck does that mean?
Which is exactly how I would say it too. And they're like, "You came back." And she's like, The old lady is still like, "You're the Liariel Vare," and she's like, "I don't know what the fuck that is.
So
I
I
don't know what that is, guys."
texted you this last night, and so they're
Yes.
going through all of this, and they're like, "Oh my god, you came back. You're that word that I can't pronounce."
Yeah.
And then this little old lady goes, "Welcome home, Orin," or something to that effect. She
Welcome
calls
home, Lady
Orin
Orin, yep.
yes, she calls Orin by her name. And if you were kidnapping a 5-year-old royalty child, would you not change her name in this new world? Granted, she is gold. How do you hide that? But she's in a different world. Surely it's everything's carried by messenger pigeons and hawks and timberwings. Not everyone knew who this royalty was. Like, why would you not
No
change her
one.
name?
No one in this world knew who she was.
So why would you not
No one
change
in
her
Aurea.
name? Yeah, change her name.
But then she's never gonna answer to it because she was 5 years old, terrified, and you would have had to show her who you were.
Exactly. She was 5
So
years old. If you were gonna change her name at any point, changing it at 5 makes way more sense than any time later on.
but I like
And
her name.
if you change her name, that's less chance of anyone finding her because surely people were looking for her.
But
Obviously not,
they
but
can't get to her because they don't even know how she got there.
they don't know. They all think that she's dead. But my
Yeah,
point is, if you were kidnapping a child, I am not going to kidnap a child. I'm not encouraging kidnapping a child.
okay,
Just so we're clear, I was working on these notes while I was watching Criminal Minds, and it was about a child abduction case.
okay.
But you should change the name. That way, it's just one extra layer of you can't find her, and it's another layer of that control and Stockholm syndrome then that you have.
I don't think the guy that bought her was that smart.
Let me have this plot hole.
You
You
can
get all
have it.
the
You can have it.
others.
You can. But what would
Anyway,
you have changed her name to? Because
I don't know, fucking Abigail? I don't know.
yeah, I like Abigail, that's pretty.
It starts with A, so it's not that hard for her to learn to relearn, and, like, I don't know, if Oren's anything like me, yes, my name is Gabby, it's not super uncommon, but it's just uncommon enough that I still have to spell it every time, and I hate my name. Thanks, mom. I would change my name if I was Oren.
I so desperately wanted a unique name growing up, desperately wanted a unique name, but I couldn't go by my middle name because nobody could pronounce it. But Jennifer is just,
So common.
like, in the top 10 common
You
names.
might as well be Heather.
Yep, Maria.
Mhm.
Yep. My name in Spanish class was Maria. Yep, that is what they did to me. Anyway,
Moving on.
so she calls her Lady Orin.
And then
Orin
Oren passes
is
out.
like, "I'm done. I cannot take any more," and just passes out.
Okay, like, Oren has been through, what, at this point, 4 books of just trauma after trauma
Mhm,
after trauma. I do not
mhm.
blame her for passing out at this point.
I do not either, and once she passes out, we go to chapter 5,
Yep. And chapter 5 is Slade's peel.
on his revenge tour.
Slade is in his revenge era, and he is not holding back. We open this chapter with him. He's grieving. He's
Yes.
got a lot of rage. He's feeling a lot of feelings.
Just to remind everybody, at the end of Glow, he traveled all the way back to Drawlard Village to jump into the rip in Drawlard Village.
Yes. So he created a rip with
Mhm.
Oren. Oren jumped through. He managed to escape because Riot came and
Riot
rescued
came and
him.
saved him.
Yep. So they made it all the way back to Jollard Village. He ran to the rip, and then the rip was not there. So
The rip
now
was gone, and all of the people in the village were
we're
gone.
gone. Yes. And so now Slade cannot he doesn't have that raw power anymore that created all of these rips. And he is feeling feelings about not being able to I don't want to say protect Orin because I don't think Orin needs that protection
He needs
anymore.
to be with Orin.
Yes. Well, they're fated mates, and he's Fae, and he's leaning into that feral Fae side. And
And
I'm just saying, babe, if you're listening, burning a bunch of villages to win my love is the way to do it.
okay.
Yes.
So
So yeah, he's been on a revenge tour this whole
yes,
time. We come to him in Third Kingdom,
3rd Kingdom.
which is Queen Kyla's kingdom.
Yes.
Queendom, maybe? Um, and he's pinning everything that's happened to him on Queen Kyla, and I don't necessarily blame him.
Mm-mm, I don't. It's her fucking fault.
Like, you were making a face, and I was like, "Ooh, are we
I
gonna
oh,
fight?"
I thought I thought so I thought you were gonna be like, I don't really think it's all her fault. And I was gonna be like, "No, no, you are wrong.
No, no. So I think we're in agreement. It is Queen Kyla's
It
fault.
is Queen Kyla's fault."
It has had a part in it for sure. Like, they were both playing at each
Mhm.
other, and Midas unfortunately met his end.
Fortunately,
Midas met his end.
yeah, and there were celebrations along the 4th kingdom.
There's celebrations at Jen's house. Anyway, so guards are coming out onto Queen Kyla's castle, and they're, like,
Yes.
trying to attack a Slade.
Well, they're aiming at him at least. They haven't attacked.
They're prepped, right? And
Yes.
so her advisor, is that what he is?
Yes. Yes.
Sonal? He comes out and tries to reason with Slade, and that works super well, so well. It's like telling a woman not to be mad and just to calm down and smile more. That's about how well it worked.
Well, okay, in his defense, the guy that comes out,
Sonal?
Sonal, he's exceptionally brave because he may not have his crown on right now, but his anger and his rot are just dripping from him, and he is screaming Kyla's name, trying to get her
Yeah,
to come outside.
he is fucking pissed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he is not fucking around. Some of the guards try and stop him, and he's like, "If you
nope.
try and shoot me, I will rot you where you stand. You will not even be able to get a shot out."
And then he does. Like, they do end up shooting at least one arrow at him, and he plucks it out of the air and rots it in front of them. And then he ends up
Yeah.
basically rotting half of her castle
I mean,
casually.
casually, but he's trying to get all he's asking Sonal for is Kyla.
Yeah. He just
And
wants to have a conversation.
all he's doing is saying, "We didn't expect you. I can't do that. I can't bring her out for you." And Ravenger's like, "Wrong.
The fuck you
You
can't.
bring her out right now."
So, what Ravenger, Slade, Rip does not know at this point, though, is that Kyla's not even at the castle. So
No.
she actually cannot come to greet him.
Mhm.
But Manu is the one who comes out and is like, my guy, she's not even here right now.
But not before Sonal is stupid,
Yeah. Yeah.
because he's
Yeah.
like, "You can't do this, King Ravenger. You can't just come here and threaten us. This is an act of war." And Ravenger's like, "I'm sorry.
What part of the
Your queen instigated the first act of this war by kidnapping my woman.
what part of my face
Bring
makes
her
you think
out."
I care?
And this man who thinks he's so smart flicks his finger somehow. I don't know what he does.
He just does that, like,
But
shooey
Ravenger is
motion.
like, "No." And that's when everything slows down and he starts rotting. He snaps the weapons and
Mhm.
rots them.
Yep.
And yeah, he scares Sonal a lot.
He scares everyone a lot.
I
And
mean,
it's just another example, though, of the power, the
yeah.
control that he has, and not that Kyla doesn't have a lot of control. I just don't think anyone that we've met at this point has that level of control.
Okay, but their dad wasn't the breaker,
No, but we
and
do
they
learn
come in
about.
power when he was 7.
Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
agree. It's another point in the Slade column of he's got a shit ton of power and he's got the control of the power. Having all the power in the world doesn't mean anything if you can't control it.
agreed.
But Manu walks out, Slade confronts him, nearly kills him, and then takes Manu as hostage. I do think it's really interesting how he subdued Manu.
I mean, I like first that he finally finds out that Kyla's in the 6th kingdom. Then he calls Manu out for being a coward.
Sure. Again, don't disagree with that.
Nope. And even if he was just following orders, which I kind of get, but he knew he was wrong.
He
I don't
even
care
said
if
that
you're
he felt
loyal.
gross about doing it,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna be the devil's advocate here. He was also trying to take care of his sister and his kingdom.
Yeah, I know. And he was lied to, truthfully,
He was. I
because I don't think that if he had known that that was what they were planning, he would have taken Orin with him.
No, because in his
He would
mind,
have
I
been
think
like, "Sanctuary,
yeah,
sanctuary."
yeah. I really do think, like, I think Manu honestly thought the conflicts was gonna be a slap on the wrist
Mhm.
and you get to go on with your life. I don't understand why you're making such a big deal about this. And maybe I think this way just because I really, really wanted to like Manu and I'm so disappointed in him. But I don't know. Yeah. Slade does end up subduing Manu by just doing a spot of rot right in his neck, which basically paralyzes him.
Just a teeny tiny
Just
bit to make him pass out.
a baby spot of
Just
rot. Yep.
just the same amount he gave Oren.
Yeah, look how that worked out for him. Anyway, Slade throws Manu over. Crest is his current timber wing, and
Yes.
they take off, and he leaves behind rotting guards, a crumbling castle, and toxic wasteland.
Yeah. And then he sees Keon rush out of the castle.
Yep.
Keon, if you guys don't remember, is Manu's husband.
Yeah, they're married. Yeah.
Yes. And he sees Ravender taking Manu. So there is a witness now that can send Kyla a message because he's just taken the one person in the world that Kyla loves other than herself.
Doesn't he crash the castle on him? Or maybe he doesn't specifically spell that out. Maybe the
I
castle
don't
just falls,
I
and
think
that's
the
what we
castle
hear.
starts to fall, but
We don't know
I
anything
I feel like
specific.
Keon gets out.
I mean, to your point, though, he almost
Yeah.
has to so that Kyla knows, and then she goes on a rescue mission because I don't
Mhm.
think there's a lot that Kyla would not do for Manu. I think Kyla is a self-serving bitch, and
Mhm.
she is very selfish, but I think Manu is her Achilles heel.
Yeah. And so now we're heading to the Fourth Kingdom with Manu.
Yep.
It's gonna be great, guys.
He's gonna be a welcomed guest.
People are gonna have so much fun with him.
Well, someone is. Alright.
And then we're gonna go to chapter 6.
It's my Queen M's chapter. She is such a disappointment right now. I'm so
I'm
mad
so
at
mad
her.
at
Okay, in this chapter, the veil is lifted. She is seeing everything for what it is, but she is feeling hella guilty in this chapter. Well,
No, she's mad in this chapter because
she's
it's
mad in this
everyone's fault but
chapter.
hers still.
Yeah. Yep. She does I think she feels a skosh bit of guilt. Just a little bit. Just a little, just a
Mhm.
baby bit.
We do find out the name of this castle. It's Cauvel Castle in this, the Seventh Kingdom's castle.
Well, it is. And she is so Melina, we open this chapter and Melina's locked in a tower, very much Rapunzel-esque. Um,
Huh. I wonder
watch
how Oren felt.
watching a whole ass army of Fae just
Mhm.
marching over the bridge. And all I can picture is like just that thump, thump, thump of
Yeah,
like the army feet, just
the
I'm just
drums.
yeah, and I'm just picturing this like as far as the eye can see, Lord
Yeah.
of the Rings style army. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And she is like, "My blood is the one that caused this. I'm the one who gave my blood to the twins to
Mhm.
restore the bridge. I believe their lives, the promise of her magic, blah, blah, blah." And also, she does have magic now, which is new for her, and she cannot control it.
But again, guys, it's still not her fault. None of this is.
She was bamboozled.
The Fey twins lied to her
She was bamboozled.
to get her to give up her blood. They tricked her.
I think what we learned in this chapter is that you just can't trust twins.
Yep. And
So yeah, she's playing around with her magic a little bit, but she's not having any luck with it.
no,
It's definitely like tied to her emotions.
it is.
Yeah. And she is feeling very used at this point.
Mhm. And the cold doesn't bother her anymore. Oh, God, I can't do that. Damn it.
Well, that's because the line is the cold doesn't bother her anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. Either way, she starts to realize that everything that she had been living in
Was a
was a
glamour.
lie.
Yeah.
It was a glamour. And she knows that she looks like crap.
Like we get some descriptors of her room and like the
Mhm.
bed that she thought was big and grand is actually only has 3 legs and is tilted and like just shabby. And the grand bathroom that she thought she had is actually just a tub full of cold water.
Mhm.
The food is just prisoner portions. It's just bread and water or
And it just
stew.
shows up
Yeah.
randomly. She's not eating anything. She compares the snowfall coming out of her cuts in her hands to pus, which was just a visual that I did not need
No,
at
that's
all.
too much. Too much. And then who shows up?
One of my newest favorite characters.
I never did not like Hood. I always kind of liked him.
I liked him, but between Gold and Goldfinch,
You learned to like him more?
yes,
Okay. Good to know.
like, he's not Lorcan because no one's ever gonna be Lorcan.
Okay, so he's like an underrated character then it
He's an
sounds like.
underrated character. He
Yeah.
is.
And you got a thing for those underrated characters.
Too. I really do. I never go for the main, like, I love Slade, don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
but it's still Ostrich for me.
Yeah.
I don't care.
There's nothing wrong with that.
It just is the way I am. Anyway,
Yeah. Hood shows up, the
Hood
assassin.
shows up.
He's the same man that killed Geo, her saddle. and
Mhm.
he is not pulling any punches. He calls
No.
it like he sees it, and that's what Melina needs, honestly.
Yep.
He taunts her, he accuses her of being selfish and having an ego, and he fully says, "This is your fault."
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, all of this that you're seeing, all of this that you're wallowing over, this
Mhm.
is your fault.
And he really does put blame on her straight out for, "Is the only reason you did this to get the magic?" And he calls her Queenie, which I fucking love because you know that has to annoy the shit out of her.
Yes, I agree. I would hate being called Queenie in her shoes, but they give definite enemies to lovers vibes,
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure, yeah. He does end up choking her a little bit, a little light choking.
She doesn't hate it though, so it's okay, guys. I wanna point this out. You know, he chokes her because she was so selfish and refuses to acknowledge that it was her fault.
Yeah, it was a moment of frustration, not saying that that's okay, not saying even the fact that she didn't hate it makes it okay, but
Yeah, but it
this
really
is
does.
it shocks her, it makes her face that
Mhm.
what's happening, yeah, they go back and forth, like, he calls her proud, entitled bitch, she spits back, like, they go back and forth.
Yeah,
I do enjoy their banter.
I do.
I don't even know if you can, like, call it banter because it is just them spewing hatred at each other at
Oh,
this point.
it's 100% just arguing back and forth because he is literally going, "This is your fault. Take responsibility. What are you going to do?" And she's like, "This isn't my fault. They tricked me." And he's like, "No, seriously,
Take responsibility. What are you going to do? Yeah.
you have to figure this out. This is your fault. What are you going to do?" He controls her death right now, guys. He can
He
kill her anytime he wants to because that's what he was hired to do. Yes, Midas is dead. No, I don't think that either one of them knows this yet.
they don't.
Still,
Yeah. He could and probably should have killed her by this point,
yeah.
honestly, like,
But he's waiting to see what she's going to do.
because he's got a heart of gold, an assassin with a heart of gold.
That's gotta hurt and be really heavy.
Well, that's why he's alive. No one can stab it.
True. He's got the Tamlin effect. Gotcha.
So Melina eventually does like demand that he sneak her out using his powers of shadow. Because she wants to warn Highbell of the invading army. She
Because
leans
he finally gets her to understand that that's where they're going.
Yeah, and she leans heavily into, "That's my kingdom." So
Mhm.
she is in that sense, she is, I'm gonna say, selfless. Like, "That's my kingdom." They may have, like, disowned me, they may have tried to kill me, whatever. I grew up there. I grew up thinking I was going to rule that kingdom. That is my kingdom. Those are my people. I need to warn them. But he does not take her right away. He just kinda disappears and leaves her feeling all sorts of tingly.
Because he doesn't believe her. If he believed that she meant what she said, he would absolutely take her out right then and there.
An assassin with ethics, weird.
You know what? He was a soldier before he was an assassin.
He's only an assassin because of his powers.
Yeah. But he he basically tells her, "Prove it. Show me that you really mean what you say about caring and wanting to help, and I will get you out."
I guess that's a good point, though, that you had going back to the soldier thing. Because King Folk never used him as an
Mm-mm.
assassin. Midas was the one who was like, "You have powers, I'm gonna use you as an assassin." So he was never, like, trained as an assassin. He has that soldier mentality of right and wrong, very black and white, as we see in this. And, like, I don't think soldiers like to go and just willy-nilly kill people, right? Like, they wanna make sure that they're worthy of being killed, for lack of a better phrase.
The same thing as almost every vigilante in every dirty book I read.
I mean, even the not so dirty book, even, like, Selena,
True.
she tricked the king of
True.
Hybern with her assassin shenanigans.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a ton of assassin books out there that are like that, where they're like, "If you're not actually evil, I'm not gonna kill you."
Exactly.
Yeah.
'Cause they
That
have a code.
they do have a code, and people with money don't respect that code. They just think that money will buy them whatever.
Exactly.
Capitalism doesn't win, folks. In books, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Alright, what else do you wanna talk about with this chapter?
I really just I like that Queen Melina is having to experience a tiny bit of what it felt like for Orin,
Yes, being locked in a castle.
being locked in a
Yeah,
castle, not able to leave, dependent on someone else to feed her, to clothe her.
yep,
But at this point, she's not even understanding that yet, but she will.
she does. She does come to reckoning with that.
Yeah.
I don't think it's in this chapter set. I think it's
No.
maybe
God,
in our
no.
well, maybe
It's
in
in
our
this book.
yeah, I was gonna say, like, I think in our next chapter set, maybe. I'm disappointed in her lack of political maneuvering.
I always just thought she was a spoiled princess.
Yeah, we'll talk about it when we get there, but, there's gonna become a point where I'm like, "Why would you do what you just did?"
But there's a little foreshadowing here at the end about her not disliking Hood's touch.
Yeah, there is. It's not very subtle foreshadowing, even I got
It's
it.
not subtle, guys. And then we get to the freaky chapter.
Freaky yeah, the freaky chapter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, chapter 7. We are back in Oren's point of view, and the rest of these chapters are going to be Oren's POV,
Yes.
so we may blur them a little bit, kinda like what we did earlier, so just a heads up. We will try to divide them up for you guys, but
Mhm.
I've been drinking wine, so don't hold anything against me.
Oh, me too. See? Mine's white or actually kind of a gold color like Orin.
Yeah, it is. Is it a grape or is it like a cherry wine? Well, you can't have cherry,
I
right?
can't have cherry, but it is a grape wine, yes.
Okay.
It's from yeah, it is a grape wine. It's from Kimmel Orchard,
Yeah.
but it is from their vineyard.
Mhm.
Kimmel Orchard is in Nebraska City,
Mhm.
Nebraska. Anyway, sorry, I got distracted by the wine. We're back to Orin in chapter 7.
Yes. Oren wakes up with someone blowing on her feet, and if I woke up with someone blowing on my feet, I would probably kick them in the face.
Mhm.
She does not. Oren is a much better person than I am. I think we've
She's too
established
scared to
this.
do anything is really what it is. And Estelia, who is blowing on her feet, it turns out that her power is she has healing breaths. So she's trying to heal the bottom of Orin's feet.
And okay, so we are looking at this power as kind of watered down and not very strong,
Mhm.
right? We do learn later on, this is a huge spoiler if you have not read this far, but we do learn later on that any sort of healing magic is like the most powerful magic,
And
even
is
as
coveted.
watered down as Astelia has. It's coveted. So they keep this power, for lack of a better term, or wraps. Yeah, you get it? Heal a little bit of healing joke
Yeah,
right
yeah,
there, yeah,
yeah.
because anyone with healing power ends up going to the castle, and we will get into that later. I'm gonna leave that as a little teaser for you guys.
Mhm.
Yeah, so this is how we get introduced to Astelia blowing on someone's feet. Again, I would have kicked her in the face. Like, just I would have kicked her in the "Don't breathe on my feet."
It's a little weird.
I don't even like the dogs licking my toes.
I can yep, I
Yep,
can get with that too.
whatever. Anyway, Astelia, she is bright, she's
Yes,
chatty, and she is clearly fae.
she is 100% Fae.
Is she 100%?
No, I mean, like, in the as far as Orin knows.
She's very, very clearly fade. She's got pointy ears.
She has orange streaks that swoop along
Mhm.
both of her cheeks, which I'm just wondering is just a coloring because it doesn't sound like it's makeup.
No, it sounds like it's coloring, but
Yeah,
we hear about Oren's horse later on, and that seems more realistic to me than the fucking white horse that we had to deal with in book 1,
it's a horse of a different color.
literally.
Yeah. Anyway, so Estelia heals her feet and Orin finds out from Estelia that she is a fledgling healer and she is hiding her power. And Orin goes, healer, not mender.
Interesting.
Because Orin still has not, I mean, she knows she's an Anwin, but nobody has confirmed it yet.
Yeah.
And she needs somebody to actually tell her.
She's in shock. She just needs
So,
someone to, like, spell it out for her. We've
yeah,
all been there where it's like something is glaringly obvious and we know it, but we need
yeah,
someone to be like, "This is actually happening."
yeah. And Estelia basically tells her that in the town that they're in, which is a farm town, it's handy to have her there. She's like, I would have gotten more formal training, but then I would have had to go straight to the capital. And no, thank you.
Hard pass.
This is my house. This is my business.
Mhm.
I'm not leaving here for there.
Yep. And then she kinda just, like, vanishes through a
She
hidden
goes to
door.
get her some food.
Sure. But it gives very much Anne Frank vibes, right? Like, Orin is just kinda hidden away in the middle of a house.
It's a very flowers in the attic kind of thing, guys.
Yeah, yeah. Like,
If you've ever read VC Andrews, it's she's up in the attic is where they're hiding her. But the way to get into the attic is through, a cupboard in the wall, a closet,
crazy.
like,
It's in the closet, yeah.
it's a closet.
And then we meet Nanette, who is the
That
lady who, like, introduced herself to Orin or, like,
yes,
talked to Orin right away.
Yes, she's the sassy little lady. She brings up the food and I think some clothes.
Mhm. Yep, and Nanette confirms everything that Oren knew but did not want to admit.
Yeah. Her questions are, "Where am I?" And she says, "You're in Geisel." And Oren's like, "And that's
That's
in"
where exactly?
and so she finally goes, "You're in Anwin."
And
And
Oren's
she's
like,
like
"Cool. Cool, 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 cool. Cool.
and then she's like,
Cool.
How do you know my name?" Because she keeps calling her Lady Oren. And she's like, "Well, everybody knows your name."
You're not just this random chick who fell through the
Yeah.
sky."
Everybody knows who the Gilded Girl is.
Oren's like, "Let's pretend like not everyone does."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then they
So
have a small conversation about Sarah Turley
mhm.
and about how she showed up and fell down from the sky just like Sarah,
And
and
there's Fae loyalists, and there's
especially here in Geisel, because this is where Sarah turned up. And what else did she tell her?
she's the last birthed heir of the Turley line, which should be
The
the
last
ruling yeah.
living, yeah. And she tells her the story about the Loyalists and the Liari Ulver, the golden one gone, which is what Liari Ulver means. She wants to know what a Loyalist is and how everybody knows that. And they're like, well, we're the ones that are still supporting the Turley line, like you. And Warren's like,
What do you mean like
I'm
me?
I'm not a fucking Turley. What are you talking about?
Guess throughout all this book, we never really learned Oren's last name, did we?
Not until this chapter.
Yeah,
Because Oren herself didn't remember her last name.
which is why they should have changed her name, just given her a last name and a new name.
Okay.
Anyway, so turns out Oren is Oren Turley,
Huh?
Princess of Genovia. Just kidding. She is the last heir to the Turley line. So she should
Yes.
be ruling Anwin at this point. And Oren is like, should I though?
Well before Oren and her parents,
Yes.
a Turley that was a king or should have become king abdicated the throne. And so it went to the Carricks, I
Yeah.
think is the name.
Yep. I think so.
So the Carricks are now the rulers, but Oren doesn't get that education quite yet. So right now she's just going, I'm not a Turley. There must be a misunderstanding.
I'm channeling Princess Diaries right now, and I'm
Yeah.
picturing her saying, shut up to
Mhm.
Nana.
That's gonna need to be your meme. Yeah. For when we post this episode, it will have to be the big frizzy
The
hair.
big poofy hair.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. This kind of like rocks Oren's world, though.
Uh-huh.
She does not want to be royalty. She does not understand royalty. She's just like, I am just trying to live my life. I need to get back to Slade.
Uh-huh.
I don't, what do you mean I am royal?
Yeah. No, this is not a thing. This is a misunderstanding.
Yep. This is
And
not,
she's like,
yeah.
"I'm sorry, misunderstanding? Is your name not Oren? Are you not the Gilded Girl?"
Well, and that's just it. Like, Oren is not exactly an or a super common name, right? Like it's not Jennifer, it's not Heather,
No.
it's not Sarah. And you're fucking gold, my
Yeah.
dude.
Was there a battle the night that you disappeared?" And just like, "Yeah?" And she's like, "Then it is you. It's you.
Yeah, like
I promise. I'm not kidding."
I don't know how I could make this up. So,
Yeah, we even have a song, a verse of a song for you.
yeah,
There is a song, okay? On.
yeah. So
And
Oren is uncomfy.
yeah, and then she tells her the lyrics to the song, which talks about a town called Briel, and Oren's like, "Fuck, that's where I'm from. That was the city that I lived in." And she's like, "I know. I know, honey. I know. I love Nanette." Just she's every sassy grandma in every Disney
Yep.
movie.
She's what all of these heroines need, like, in that moment, right?
Yeah.
She's an older Lou.
Yes.
She's yeah. So, chapter 8, right? We're done? Ready for
I
chapter
think
8?
so. Well, Nanette asks her where she's been because, she's finally there, and she's like,
Yeah,
"Where have you been for the last 20
yeah,
years?" And Oren's like, "Oria.
obviously.
I was in Oria." And she's like, "How?"
How did you get there?
And she can't even tell her because she has no idea. And, she finds out from Nanette that her parents were killed, which she was pretty sure that that was the thing anyway, but now she's 100% sure. Now
Yeah.
she knows she's an orphan. She's separated from her love, her family's dead, she has no idea who these people are, she's a fae,
There's a
and
lot.
this is a lot, guys, she needs a drink.
She's got ribbons, but not her ribbons.
Yeah. She has to accept that she's an Anwin and without Slade right now and needs to figure out what to do and her first thought is she needs to go wait for him where she fell,
Okay.
and she falls asleep.
So, I love the fated maid thing. I've been talking about this for 4 books. We know that. I'm a little annoyed with Orin at this point. Like, what do you mean you have to go back to the field to wait for Slade?
Well, that's how he's gonna find her. I'm blinking at you.
I
You
know.
like it?
I know, but I'm just like and I get that there's a lot and she's gotta process a lot, and Slade is comfortable, and she
Yes.
knows Slade, and she loves Slade, and she wants to be back with Slade, and I get all of that, but I'm just like, "Can we not just, like, move on from the fucking field?" Like, can you not figure out a way to get back to him somehow instead of just waiting for him to fall through the sky?
And find you?
Yeah.
She's like the girl in the tower waiting to be rescued. Yep.
Again, and I'm okay, and, like, I don't know what I would do in her situation either. I'm just being a judgy bitch at this point, but I was really annoyed with her in this chapter.
You know yourself well enough to know that you would not be sitting still.
I would be doing something. I would be at the library. I'd be trying to figure something out.
Uh,
I get taking a beat to, like, absorb all of this because it is a lot,
yeah,
right? Like, she flew through the sky and landed in a field and woke up with someone blowing on her feet.
and as far as we know, this has only been maybe a
Day?
day or 2,
12 hours?
and
Yeah.
at this point, Slade is flying to Drawlard Village, so she
Mhm.
doesn't even know.
No one knows anything at this point.
Yeah,
So
so she wakes up, she kind of washes herself and changes clothes because they leave her a bucket of water with 2 rags so that she can clean herself.
wait, are we on chapter 8 now?
No,
Okay.
chapter 7 was fairly long.
Alright.
Chapter 8 still got a little chapter 9. Oh, maybe we are in chapter 8. When did we get into chapter 8?
Well,
Oh, when we were
yeah,
talking about Nanette. So, chapter 8 is, yes, you're definitely a turley.
no lie.
You were in Aurea, yep, take a nappy, taking a little quick saddle bath,
Okay, so then chapter
and
9.
no,
No?
she sneaks downstairs in this one. We
Chapter
still have a
8?
little bit, yeah.
Alright.
Chapter 8's got a lot. She sneaks through and finds out that she's in the closet.
Yes.
She trips over some boots, and then starts to head to the front area of the house and hears everybody talking.
That's when she meets Thursel,
Yes, she meets Thursel, who is Estelia's
spouse,
spouse,
husband.
mate.
Yep. And they have a lot of banter too, but it's
They
cozy and
do, it's really
funny.
sweet.
It's a rom-com banter.
It's a lot like the Manu and Kion's
Yeah,
banter at the dinner table when
yeah.
she first met them, but Estelia's like, "Hey, let me go ahead and feed you because it's not even dawn yet." And she's like, "I just wanna get back. I wanna go back." And Thursel's like, "What can I feed you?" And Estelia's kind of bantering back and forth with him, and she's like, "No, I gotta get back to the field."
Ooh, record scratch. Cannot go back there.
And they're like, "No, that would be a big no.
Hard pass.
That's the last place you can go, ma'am." And then chapter 9 starts with, "Excuse me, bitch?"
What do you mean I can't go back to the field?
And poor Thursel's like, "Can somebody just explain this to her? Because you can't just, like, tell her no." And
Right.
I love Thursel. Thursel's the person that we've needed this entire fucking series.
Thursel is so down to earth and so much common sense, and he's so direct. He's just like, "I just
You just
A,
tell her,
B, and
guys.
C." Yeah, like, "Why are we talking in riddles? Why are we making it so hard? Just
Yeah,
tell
just tell
her."
her.
Yeah.
It's like, "It's not safe for you to go out there," and she's like, "Uh-uh, this is some PTSD for this girl right here."
I need more. Well,
Yeah.
even, like, the not safe, that's not even, like, far back PTSD, right? That's
No.
conflicts PTSD. That's, like, last week PTSD for her.
Yeah, but Thursel the one that explains it to her? That Geisel might be Sarah Turley's city?
Mhm.
But her rip kind of attracted a little bit of attention throughout the whole world, and there are people there that will tell things to the kingdom,
To the
to the
king.
monarchy,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Well, we might be loyal to the Turleys, but not everybody is."
Yeah. You have a loyal following, but it's a small following.
Yeah, some people hate you,
Yeah.
literally hate you,
Yep.
because the monarchy has made sure to
Fred.
erase you guys from the histories and spread just vicious lies about you.
Yeah. Well, and, like, not even just lies, but it's kinda like what we're seeing today, right? Like the us versus them. Our powers are growing weaker because we bred with the humans and
Mhm.
all of that fun stuff that we're seeing today. So, when people say that reading is not political, I don't think they're reading the books that we're reading.
That's because what we read is porn. So she finds out about the Carricks and how they're the rulers now. And with every new Carrick, there's been more changes from the way things were that were good to the way things are now, which is very anti Orions. Orions are the reasons that we're so weak. Anti Turleys. The Turleys are what brought the Orions here in the first place.
Yeah.
Look at Sarah.
Yep.
It's her fault.
They trace it all back to one person, blame it all on one person.
Yeah.
It's the weak magic. It's propaganda is what they're spreading. It's straight
Yeah.
up propaganda. Um, yeah. And so Oren gets informed.
Yeah. She gets a little history here.
Yeah. We as readers also get it, which
Yeah.
is um but Oren's family wasn't killed in just like a random battle. They weren't
No.
in a war. I mean, they were in a war, but they weren't killed in a battle war.
No. This was
They
just
were
straight out massacre.
they were targeted, and it was probably a political hit to wipe
Yeah.
out the Turleys, which begs the question then, why not just kill Oren?
We're gonna find that out in Goldfinch, actually.
Do we?
It does
Okay.
it does get explained in Goldfinch.
Does it get hinted at in this book and I've just missed it so far?
Not yet.
Okay. Well,
It's much later in the book
okay.
where it's hinted at, and she has a realization
Okay.
way late in the book,
Okay.
and then it carries into Goldfinch where she's like,
Motherfucker.
but
Okay. So,
here is where we find out that part of the reason that Anwen is so bad off is because they broke the bridge, and the magic is tied to the land, and the land
is
is
broken.
dying
Yeah.
because of that crack.
So, okay. Magic is tied to the land. The land is broken because of the bridge is broken. Has nothing to do with bloodlines or keeping the blood pure then.
Mm-mm. Nothing to do with keeping the blood pure.
So then what was Anwin doing before the bridge?
The bridge wasn't broken, it was always there. It's just that
No,
nobody had come through it. Like, I think that
no.
I think that there was the bridge was there, it's just that it could lead to different places depending on how lost you got walking on it. I don't think it always led to Oria. It
One
wasn't until the Turley prince.
I'm gonna fight you on this.
Okay, fight me.
That one dude who loved that one chick
Sarah,
built the bridge so that she could go visit her family in Oria.
he connected the bridge
He connected the bridge.
so that she could go visit her family.
What was it? So the bridge just was like, oh, and that's when you're saying like it just
Yeah.
branched off and did wherever like your heart desired.
Yeah.
My God, if I would not have to go on an airplane and I could just walk across a fucking bridge and
Stardust.
Stardust. Okay. Anyway, so
But
sorry.
she said that she didn't realize that Anwin's land suffered the same way the Seventh Kingdom's land suffered,
Mm.
because it was both lands that were torn apart because of this.
Well, and remember, all of Oria, not all the like Manu is royalty, but doesn't have power.
Mhm.
So like they're also suffering.
So the strongest magic users that we know of right now,
Slade.
Slade, Kyla, Orin. Those are the 3 that we know of that are the strongest
I mean, king and queen of two both have powers.
and are dead now. I'm sorry, that's coming up still. Oops. And her power, I think her power is fairly strong, but we don't know if she can do it for more than one person, which would make it something to be reckoned with.
The pinching power.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
his is he finds water, which is great for a desert kingdom, but
But like, how do you use that as an offensive or defensive
yeah, I don't.
measure?
But they talk about how Anwin, the land dies a little bit more every year, and that's how Anwin's punishing them.
There's fewer Fey children.
Mhm.
There's fewer children in general. I think on both continents, there's fewer children in general,
Yeah.
which, I mean, think about it. Melina was quote unquote barren. Do we find out later if it was Melina or was it Midas? Well, it
Well,
can't be Midas
it
because
can't be
Midas had
Midas.
missed. Yeah.
So, but they're putting a lot of expectations on Orin as they're talking, Thursel and Nanette especially,
Yeah.
about how she is going to be the great change for them.
And Orin is,
Orin's like, "I'm not here to do anything. I just wanna find Slade.
I just
Can we
want to,
just go find Slade,
yeah.
please?"
Yeah.
And
Again, I found it a little annoying. But I get where she's coming from too. Slade is comfortable. She's finally acknowledged her feelings about Slade. They both acknowledged their feelings about each other.
I kind of accept the fact that she doesn't want to rule because she doesn't know anything about this land,
Totally makes
which would
sense.
be a reason then
Yeah.
I have slayed, or I just don't want to.
Yeah.
Seriously, that is a teenager's response
Yep. Agreed.
to
And it is maybe the next few chapters, it's hinted at where she's like, I don't know anything about this land. I'm not ready to rule it."
she will start to say that she always maintains that she doesn't wanna rule.
Yeah. She does not waver on that, at least through this book. But yeah, the teenager response of just being like, "I just wanna get back to my boyfriend," just kind of annoyed me, and I don't know if that's because I'm in my 30s or what, but I just sometimes you have to accept responsibility that you don't want. Granted, I have never been invited to rule a kingdom. Yeah, she is Orin is setting boundaries here, and that is I am proud of her for setting those boundaries because that is not something she's used to being able to do or have respected.
And Estelia even still pushes just a little. She's like, "I'm not trying to pressure you, Liari,
Aren't you though?
but there will be some expectations because you're here."
Yeah, which is a fair heads up. I mean,
Yeah. And honestly, she could just be a figurehead like
I don't know,
Katniss.
Katniss.
She could just be a figurehead like Katniss, a way to just spark the change.
Yeah,
And I think she would be okay with that.
I agree. I think people are expecting her to rule the country, and she just doesn't want to. And from her point of view, she doesn't know anything about the history. Yes, okay, so she's a Turley. She hasn't been there in 15 years.
Yeah. 20 it's 20 years for her.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah,
I
it's
just
so long
yeah, and that's
and it's just crazy.
they do end up going back to the field though, don't they, in this chapter?
I think he helps her get a ride to the field. But they do tell her a little bit about her parents. Like every Turley has some type of gold.
Yes.
That's how you know, and every Turley has rounded ears.
Mhm. So,
So
that's
it's
why
a
she
throwback to
has
their Orient
yeah,
heritage, half heritage, whatever, but
bloodline. Yeah.
bloodline, yeah. So and she keeps going, "Are you sure I'm actually a Turley?" And
Are
finally,
you
they all 3 are like, "Yes,
you're fucking gold, my girl.
and here is how we know."
Yeah. And I don't blame Orin for being like, "Are you sure?" Because 'Cause you're basically being told that you're a princess, right?
Yeah,
If someone came up to me and was like, "Actually, you're a princess of this world and you need to get ready to rule it," I'd be
that's a terrible idea, guys.
like,
Don't me do that.
"No, that's awful, awful." But anyway, those are the chapters.
Yeah,
I know you've read this book already, but do you have any, like, grand predictions for the next set of chapters that we're doing?
I don't wanna do that, I don't think it's a good idea.
Okay, fair enough. I also have read those chapters, so I don't wanna do that. But what book are you currently reading that's not gold?
So I read Pride and Prejudice. I did a
Sure.
reread of that
It's
because
your yearly reread?
it's my yearly reread, and I am reading I don't know, it's a book about dragons by Sam Hall, and I am listening to a book by Jennifer Armentrout called Pure.
I tried so hard to get into the Flesh and Ash series or whatever it is.
Have not even looked at that series.
Okay.
It keeps getting it's one that's highly recommended to me over and over and over again, but I was so into dark romance for a while, and I was like,
Yeah.
"I'm gonna step back." I read To Kill the Reaper, and then I also read the 2nd book. So she pre-sent me a copy of the book, but no, I was not an ARC reader for it.
Okay.
But it was really good, and it is called To Burn in Their Flames by Alex and Rose. Guys, she's an indie author. I did a bonus
You
episode with
did a
her.
bonus episode. I was not invited.
It took me 2 tries because there were some issues with my interwebs, but it's a really good interview.
Yeah.
If you guys wanna go listen to it, To Burn in Their Flames is about one of the characters that was in To Love the Reaper.
Okay.
He
So
was
like
a
a s
side character.
was it like a st is it like a standalone series where, like, they tie together, but you can read
They tie together, but you could read them
separately?
separately and be
Okay.
okay.
Yeah.
'Cause it only hints at the main characters from To Love the Reaper.
So kinda like Lights Out and Caught Up where,
Yes.
like, they tie together, but you don't have to
Mhm.
read both. Okay.
And
Okay.
Dragonfound is the name of the book I'm reading right now. I'm pretty sure it's a reverse harem.
You do
It's
have a
just kind of
type.
shaping up
Yeah.
it's shaping up to be that. What are you reading, Gabby? Gabby, what are you reading?
I am currently reading, and I'm only reading 1 book right now, which is well, I'm reading Gold and A Fate Inked in Blood, which is
Ooh.
yeah, I really like it so far. It has a lot of, like, the Norse mythology, which I'm not super well versed in.
Do you need a book? I got
I
'em right
might.
there.
I might. But it's really good. I really enjoy it so far. I'm having a little bit of a hard time, like, getting into it, but it's a me problem, not a book problem. You know what I mean?
That one is another one that keeps getting recommended to me.
Like, I am enjoying it, I'm just not in a reading mood lately. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not I don't know.
Yes.
I'm just
I know what that
yeah.
is.
So,
So,
it's but I am enjoying it. I think it's really well written. I'm assuming the research is really well done. Again, I don't really know much about Norse mythology except Odin is the main god and Loki. I know Loki. So, yeah, I would love to borrow the book and or actually sit down and Google the different gods. But it's super interesting. I think you would enjoy it.
I like all the mythology ones.
Yeah. So, thank you so much for listening to Corks and Cauldron. Be sure to follow us at Corks and Cauldron on all your favorite socials. We're on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Threads.
If you enjoyed this episode, please rate and review us, share us with your booksties, and tell the world. It's the best way to spread the word and help our podcast grow because Corks and Cauldron is a self funded labor of love, and your support helps us keep the magic alive.
And our glass is full.
Join our Patreon community today at patreon.com/corks and cauldron and maybe even treat us to a bottle of wine.
If you have any books that you want us to cover, or food that you want us to make, or wine that you want us to drink, feel free to
Mhm.
email us. We're at corksandcauldron@gmail.com. We would love to get an email from you guys or comment on one of our Facebook or Instagram posts, whatever.
Guys, we did get an email. Somebody said that they liked our recipe for the London fog scones.
Nice. I missed that email.
But anyway, sorry, I got distracted.
Our next episode will drop on Thursday. We will deep dive into chapters 10 through 18.
And until then, eat
Drink.
and get lost in a good book.
Cheers.
Cheers.